Welcome to this short demo of PhotoLight HUD V1, a wearable lighting system designed for avatar photography, profiles, vendor images, bloggers, creators, and photographic scenes in Second Life. The system's composed of two main elements, the light rig, which contains the lights around the avatar, and the PhotoLight HUD, from which we can control everything in a simple and precise way. The rig contains 8 independent lights, positioned around the avatar. Each light is identified by a number L1, L2, L3, L4, L5, L6, L7, and L8. These labels help us immediately understand which light we're selecting from the HUD, so we don't have to guess. The lights are distributed in front of the avatar, on the sides, behind, and above, allowing us to create different types of photographic lighting: soft, side lighting, dramatic, beauty, rim light, or backlight. This is the main panel of the PhotoLight HUD. In the central area, we find the ready-to-use photographic presets. On the right, we have the light panel, power controls, color controls, sliders, projector, and movement controls. At the bottom, we find save, load, reset, and the name of the currently active preset. The idea is to have a complete system that's still easy to use. You can start from a preset and then manually adjust each light. Let's start with the presets. With a single click, I can apply a ready-made lighting setup. Natural creates a soft and clean light, ideal for simple and bright portraits. Butterflies designed for beauty shots, and photos focused on the face, with a higher and more frontal light. Rembrandt creates a more dramatic effect, with stronger shadows and a classic portrait-style side light. Loop is another very common photographic setup for portraits, softer and more versatile. Short, broad, split, and rim back are useful for more artistic, side, or cinematic effects. Each preset automatically turns on the correct lights and sets intensity, color, radius, and softness. If I want to adjust a specific light, I click one of the L1 to L8 buttons. The selected light is highlighted on the HUD, and thanks to the labels on the rig, I can immediately see which light I am adjusting. For example, I select L4, and from this moment on, all controls will affect that light. With the off, low, med, and high buttons, I can quickly control the power of the selected light. Off turns the light off, low turns it on with low intensity, med turns it on with medium intensity, high turns it on with stronger intensity. This is a quick way to turn a light on or off without immediately using the sliders. For more precise control, I use the sliders. The intensity slider controls the strength of the light. The higher I raise it, the stronger the light becomes. The radius slider controls how far the light reaches. A higher radius creates wider coverage. The softness slider controls how soft or hard the light appears. With higher values, we get a more delicate and natural effect, ideal for portraits. These 3 controls are essential for adapting the preset to your avatar, pose, skin, and environment. The PhotoLight also includes color controls. I can use the quick colors to instantly change the tone of the light, or open the color picker to choose a color more precisely. From the color picker panel, I can select the hue, color intensity, and see a preview before applying it. When I'm satisfied, I click Apply, and the color is applied to the selected light. This is very useful for creating warm, cold, neon, cinematic, or artistic atmospheres. Each light can also be transformed into projector mode. When I activate projector, I can use the spot and edge controls. Spot controls the width of the beam. Edge controls the border of the beam, making it softer or more defined. This function is useful for creating more directional effects, light cuts, more controlled beams, or more scenic lighting. In addition to adjusting intensity and color, I can also physically move the selected light. With the move controls, I can move the light left, right, up, and down. With the Z buttons, I can move it in depth, so further forward or further back in relation to the avatar. This allows me to refine the setup based on the pose, the camera, and the type of photo I want to create. If I'm using a light in projector mode, I can also use rotate mode. When rotate mode is active, the movement controls are used to rotate the light instead of moving it. This is useful for aiming the projector beam more accurately and directing it with more precision onto the avatar or the scene. Once I've created a setup that I like, I can save it. I click Save, choose a slot, and enter a custom name. For example, I can call it Soft Face, Neon Rim, or Warm Shot. The name appears directly on the HUD, so I always know which setup I'm using. If I change something after loading or selecting a preset, an asterisk appears next to the name. This tells me that the setup has been modified compared to the saved version or the original preset. With load, I can recall a setup that I saved previously. The system does not only load color and intensity, but also the saved positions and rotations of the lights in that slot. This means I can create a custom setup, save it, and reuse it whenever I want. The reset button returns the system to its starting state. The lights return to their base position, the setup's cleared, and I can start again from zero or choose another preset. It's useful if I've moved many lights and want to quickly return to an organized configuration. During preparation, it's useful to see the lights and labels, but when I want to take a clean photo, I can hide them. With the Settings Show Hide Lights button, I can show or hide the light helpers and labels. When they're hidden, the button remains illuminated to remind me that the helpers are not visible. The Minimize function is also included. With one click, I can hide the main HUD interface and keep the screen cleaner while preparing the shot or taking the photo. By clicking again, the HUD becomes visible again and the light helpers are restored. It's a small function, but it makes the workflow much more comfortable. The HUD can also be resized. With zoom in, I make it larger. With zoom out, I make it smaller. This is useful for adapting it to your own resolution, interface, or personal preference. Here you can see the difference between a scene without a lighting setup and a scene controlled with KF PhotoLight. The main advantage is being able to shape the light around the avatar, creating depth, separation from the background, atmosphere, and a much more photographic result. I no longer have to depend only on the environment or wind light. I can directly control the lights around the subject. This was KF PhotoLight HUD, a complete wearable lighting system for avatar photography in Second Life, designed for creators, bloggers, photographers, vendors, models, and anyone who wants to improve the quality of their shots. Ready to use presets, full manual control, color picker, projector, save and load, move controls, helper labels, zoom, and minimize. KF PhotoLight HUD. Professional wearable lighting control for Second Life photography, available on Marketplace.